car is a 1990 Nissan Silvia. It has a SR20 DET. It's an engine specific to the cars over in Japan. The one in the US had a different engine. The body style you can get in the US is a Nissan 240SX. The headlights and the taillights, I mean, there are some different features prior to the model before that. Other than that, things like no sunroof were specific to the cars over there. That's about it. So the reason why I purchased this car is a little bit funny. So we're gonna go way back to high school. And my first car was a 1972 Camaro. And I purchased that together with my father for $3,200 from our next door neighbor who had it, and it needed a lot of work. Its numbers matching though, and it was a good car, just it needed some love. And so my dad at the time was building a 1972 El Camino small block 400, which is where, when I was 14 years old, learned how to work on cars. And so come 15, I wanted the 72 Chevelle, and the 72 Camaro just kind of fell into our lap. We did some minor bolt-on stuff, headers, exhaust, carbs, stuff like that. And that's where I really kind of got the love for cars, I guess you could say. And so that carried through high school, but I knew that I was going off to college, knew that I wouldn't be able to take care of a classic car, or I wouldn't have a garage, I wouldn't be able to work on it and take care of it like it should be. And so I knew that I needed something a little bit more robust. At that time, my parents were living in Spokane, Washington, and there was a company up there that was importing cars at the time. They don't do it anymore. And we bought this car then, and my dad drove it from Seattle over to Spokane, and then we had it shipped from Spokane over to Tuscaloosa in Alabama. And then I daily drove the car for about, I'd say 2 or 3 years until the end of college. And at that point, I purchased, well, I guess you could say upgraded to a 1995 Honda Accord 4-door, and then put this guy in storage. Since then, it's kind of just been hanging out. So when I got the car, it was a little bit need of repair. You know, Japan obviously gets a lot of saltwater spray and stuff like that, and it wasn't in the shape that it is that you see today. So it came with 2 giant stickers on the hood for some companies, and the other one was like some security, like car security company. And it had small 15-inch, like 15 by 6 wheels on it or something like that. The first thing that I did was take all the stickers off. I buffed the car, polished the car, made the paint shine as best that it could. Replaced the steering wheel, which is now an R33 GTR steering wheel. I put on the VOLK GTCs, 18 by 9s in the back, 18 by 8s in the front. Changed out a couple small things on the interior, all those painted panels, things like that. I found the original ones through either forums online or eBay, stuff like that, and was able to kind of spruce the car back up. So another thing particular about this car, which is at least used to be in this time, I don't know if it still is, to Japan, you do not have to push the clutch in to start the car, so there's no clutch switch or anything like that. So feet back, hands back, anything like that, you can just completely start the car just on its own. This car has what's they refer to as the aero kit or the aerodynamic kit. These rear valences, the side skirts, there's a front lip, all this other kind of stuff, the spoiler, and the only thing the car had on it was the spoiler in one single rear valence. And so it was missing also all the emblems. Whenever took all that kind of stuff off. Other other than that and a few small suspension mods, I didn't do a whole lot to the car, just really cleaned it up and trying to make it as much of a museum piece, I guess you could say, as possible. So the car, as it sits right now, has about 51,000 miles on it, and I think it's a pretty beautiful example of what the car was when it was originally built. Other than that, the only modification that I really left on the car was the exhaust, which is kind of a no-name brand, or at least I haven't found a name brand on it. A 3 1/4 inch Mandelbrot catback exhaust. Other than that, it's pretty much stock. It's not your average, Honda Civic that you can get a dime a dozen and turbo the heck out of and do stuff like that. But this is something different, and so that's part of the reason why I haven't put a big intercooler on it. I haven't, upped the boost or anything like that, because I want to kind of preserve what it actually is. I want to preserve the low mileage. I want to keep it nice. I want to put race seats in it or drop it to the ground or anything like that, but really just a few small tasteful modifications where I think maybe the manufacturer could have done a little bit better, if you will. But all in all, I want to keep it relatively stock. I am tempted to get rid of it and do something different. My problem is that I tend to not get rid of things and get more. And so between my wife and I think we're up to 7 cars now, 7, 8, something like that. So we have a problem. Actually, I have a problem.
Make sure you hit like, subscribe, leave a comment, and click the bell so you'll know next time we post a video.